They're going to have to do that anyway.
Well, the Aggies will have the football to begin the second half.
It's kind of interesting, you know, Tannehill started slow, and Barnett, when he came in, was red hot. And then that hot hand left Barnett and went back over to Tannehill.
Grant Mahoney, a senior kicker, booted away for the Cyclones. Takes a bounce at the 10 and will roll out of bounds.
That's dangerous.
So the Aggies will begin at their own 40-yard line, but on that play, Ben Molina having to chase that kick that bounced back towards midfield. The penalty is not on the hit. By the way, our mic is down from our referee. Upended him there.
Yeah, the penalty is on the kicking the ball out of bounds, and so A&M will get it at their 40-yard line to start the drive. But what's dangerous was Molina waiting for that thing to go out of bounds and then being susceptible to taking a hit at the end.
That was Matt Morton of Iowa State.
Morton's been flying around pretty good on special teams.
He has. So let's see if Ryan Tannehill picks up where he left off in the first half. They begin at their own 40-yard line. Out of the I formation. And a handoff. Kristen Michael to the 45 for a gain of 5. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. Iowa State turned it over on their first possession, the first play of the game, which A&M turned into their only points of the first quarter. But then A&M 17 straight in the second quarter. Tannehill has come back alive. 14 to 25. Again, Michael, stiff arm, midfield to the 45-yard line before being bumped out of bounds by Taryn Benton.
Tannehill has hit 10 out of his last 15 and has really gotten into a groove, the timing and all those things that make him an exceptional quarterback. He's starting doing them again. You got that tight bunch formation at the bottom, like the run out of it.
Fakes the handoff, passes for Swope, who's so great after the catch, makes a move to the sideline and steps out at the 37-yard line, with Jeremy Reeves pursuing him. Gain of 4.
Swope's going to sneak behind the line of scrimmage. See him going there? And that gives him an advantage on the defense, which was reacting to the run initially. And then the ball out on time again from Tannehill, giving Swope a chance to do something after he makes the catch.
Great out of the back for A&M. They bunch the receivers on the left side in that tight formation. Swung out right off the hands of Wachiku and incomplete. Jeremy Reeves on the coverage, and Jake Knott, the linebacker, came over as well.
Yeah, and Reeves is still giving the cushion over there on the backside. That play, that slant route is open all night long, and Wachiku's got to catch that one.
Third down at 7. A&M first possession of the second half. Play fake. Tannehill throws it across the middle. It's complete. That's the tight end, Hudson Prelo, who gets near the 30 for a first down. Leonard Johnson brought him down.
Prelo kind of snuck through the middle of the line out of the backfield. Found himself a nice little spot over there in the flat.
First catch of the game for the sophomore tight end, Hudson Prelo. First down at the 30 of the Cyclones. Carry for Gray, or actually kept by Tannehill. Was able to stay on his feet momentarily, but maybe gets a yard with forward progress before Taryn Benton brought him down.
Yeah, Jake Knott sniffed it out. I mean, he was right there, missed the tackle, but slowed Tannehill down enough so that other people could arrive. But you're not going to fool Jake Knott very often. In fact, we were talking to Wally Burnham. He said he's a guy that just makes everybody around him a better football player.
Swope started to come in motion. He's across the middle. Tannehill looking left now. Incomplete at the 19-yard line. Looking for Swope. Incomplete. Let's check in with the studio. And once again, here's Kevin Connors.
All right, Mark, your AT&T All-America Player of the Week is Clemson QB Taj Boyd, 367 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. He also ran for a score in the Tigers' 59-31 win over North Carolina. Clemson is 8-0 for the first time since 2000. Remember to text VOTE to 55862 from your mobile phone to vote and for a chance at a trip to the national championship. Mark?
Kevin, thank you. Boy, Dabo Sweeney's kid still unbeaten.
That.
That's Jake Latimer, the left defensive end for the Cyclones.
And Swope also kind
covering the senior Fuller. For 30 of the Cyclones in this first possession of the second half. Tannehill going towards the end zone for Fuller. A little bumping there, but no flag. It incomplete near the goal line. That was Leonard Johnson covering the senior Fuller.
Johnson did an outstanding job of cutting off the route of Fuller. He got in front of him as Fuller tried to get around to the outside. There was nowhere for Fuller to go. Tannehill just kind of threw that one up and threw it away.
Randy Bullock will attempt a 47-yarder. He is 6 of 7 from 40 yards and beyond this season, and has made one from 47 already today. Has the distance and through. Third field goal of the day for senior Randy Bullock, and A&M comes away with 3 on their first possession of the second half. The Aggies. Josh Lynn's back deep along with Jarvis West, and he'll take a knee in the end zone. It's the 3rd season for Paul Rhodes as the head coach for Iowa State. He took over for Gene Chizik, who went 5-19 in his 2 years as the Iowa State head coach, and of course went on to Auburn, winning last year's national championship.
Yeah, that raised some eyebrows when Auburn hired him after what happened here in Ames. But, well, he came to the right place at the right time. Had a young man named Cam Newton come in, best player in the country. Next thing you know, you're hoisting a national championship trophy.
Trailing LSU 21-3 at this moment. White tried to turn that right corner, but is chased down from behind by defensive end number 99, Spencer Neely.
And Neely took one to the ribs there. When you tackle a guy, sometimes you land on the back of his feet and it gets you right in that soft tissue. That'll leave a mark.
Spencer's dad, Ed, played basketball at Kansas State as well as in the NBA. In fact, Dad won a ring with the Chicago Bulls in 1993. Off the hands and incomplete at the 25-yard line.
Is that part of the Neely family tree?
It's a little different spelling than my side of the Neely. I've got the 2 E's. They have the N-E-A-L-Y.
I expect you maybe claim some of that.
Well, we'll claim some of the athletic. You remember Ralph Neely, who was an offensive lineman for the Cowboys back in the day?
Sure do.
That's the same spelling.
No relation.
No relation, though, right? It's a 3rd down and 11 play.
Oh, look at this room right here.
In motion goes Reynolds. Barnett stepping up, rolling right. He's going to run with it. Corralled at the 26-yard line by free safety Trent Hunter. We'll mark him out up around the 28.
There was a fumble forward, out of bounds. By rule, the ball go back to the fumble spot. 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Barnett's trying to do here at the end with this football. Actually just kind of gets, what is he doing there with the football? I don't understand why he is trying to lift it and move it up, and it almost hurt him big time.
So it does go as a gain of 7.
Part of being a young quarterback.
Kirby Vanderkamp punting for the Cyclones. Dustin Harris at the 30 shakes the first tackler but not the second. Yanked down. 43-yard punt, no return. A&M leading 23-7 has it when we return.
Southwest.
4 left, third quarter. A&M 23, Cyclones 7. Texas A&M ball from their own 31. Rolling right, Tannehill complete at the 32-yard line, and up near the 40 goes Prelo, brought out by Klein. Let's check in with the studio again and Kevin Connors.
Highmark Air Force had pulled back to within 7 points of Boise State, but the Broncos just got some more breathing room. Doug Martin, a 15-yard touchdown run. Kellen Moore has a pair of touchdown passes. It's 27-13, and LSU now beating up Auburn.
Kevin, thank you. Here's a carry by Cyrus Gray. We'll have a first down up near the 44-yard line. A.J. Klein with the tackle.
It just doesn't seem right to see those Boise players not in all blue.
Right.
You know,
the blue on the blue.
Mountain West Conference there. They put it on pretty hard with that decision.
First down Aggies from their own 44-yard line. The give to Gray, running left, turns it upfield. 45-40 down the sideline. 25-20 bumped out inside the 15 by Jeremy Reeves. He gains 31 yards.
Watch the center, Patrick Lewis, 61, just work and get across the face of the big nose guard Henry Simon and create that seam for Gray.
May notice he stepped out back at the 25, so that's where they mark it. Into the pile again. Gray this time for just one. A.J. Klein helping push him down.
Punishment at the end from Willie Scott.
Well, this Iowa State defense, Ray, that started out playing so well, being called upon again here. I think at 23-7, still early in the second half. Kristen Michael now the back. Tannehill to throw. Catch at the 11-yard line. Jeremy Reeves bringing down Owachiku.
This is a really nice throw from Ryan Tannehill. See him step in, perfect form. That's one thing I really like about Tannehill, his mechanics. Seldom do you see him take a false step or be off balance when he throws the football, and that leads to really good accuracy and timing, at least since the first quarter.
Into the end zone with the dive goes Kristen Michael, 9-yard touchdown run. Well, they brought Swope into the backfield.
Yeah, that kind of blew the mind of the Cyclones. When Swope goes in there, when he's out of position, which means he's not lined up as a receiver in the slot or out wide, that's a red alert to the Cyclone defense. Wally Burnham told us, hey, when he's out of position, you know, our antenna have to go up. We have to anticipate something fancy. Well, there was really nothing fancy with that one at all. And another use, another effectiveness that Ryan Swope can give you, the old decoy. And that allows Kristen Michael to add on some more points. And it's 37 Aggies over the Clones.
Not a great tradition at A&M.
One of those is the 12th man.
Every week they identify the 12th man. And there is C.J. Jones, who normally wears number 20. He's the 12th man this week, so he appropriately wears number 12. Notice West from the 6. 20, 25 brought down there appropriately.
How about that?
By the 12th man.
Serendipitous.
C.J. Jones, though, he is slow in getting up, holding the left shoulder. C.J. is 6'1", 190-pound junior from Houston, Texas.
And nothing like covering a kick. Full speed, covering all that ground. You know, there's 22 guys on the field, 11 of them. Well, one of them's got the ball, but the other 10 can come at you from any angle. You got to have your head on a swivel, be able to find it. And C.J. found it, but he paid a price for it.
Deposits that out of bounds after being chased by Jonathan Stewart.
Well, Iowa State's been their own worst enemy today with some of these things. You see 3 drop passes, the 7 penalties, 3 of them on one critical touchdown drive for the Aggies, 3 of those on defense, and then of course they had the fumble. Didn't lose that one, but you know where they're at right now with this program under Paul Rhodes, they have to play flawless in terms of those miscues. They really aren't developed along the line far enough to be able to overcome a lot of those kind of mistakes.
After the run by White, it'll be 3rd down and 7.
I use that word development, and that's Paul Rhodes' word. And he says with a lot of the players that they bring here, they have to develop them. And he's seeing some of those things happen with his young football team, but he's just a little bit away. But he believes they can get it done here.
Low snap, Barnett throws across the middle, caught, 1st down to midfield. Lens to the 42-yard line of Texas A&M. Completion by Barnett that goes for 30 yards.
Great job of Barnett stepping up in the pocket. Watch him move up, creates a little more time, gets his vision down into the middle of the field where I believe they should be attacking more anyway, and makes a play.
White off right tackle across the 40 down near the 37-yard line for a pickup of 5. Neely and Brown on the tackle. James White, 5'8", 185 pounds. Came in averaging 64 yards per game on the ground, and he's right about that average now at 60 yards. 16 carries so far for White today. Second down at 5, trips to the left. The option, Barnett pitches, White, a flag. Lionel Smith was over there with wide receiver Jarvis West, who was trying to put a block on him.
Defense, unnecessary contact above the shoulders. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Caleb Russell, the linebacker, came in and he hit Jared Barnett after he made the pitch, but he went high. That's the problem. Watch him go up top, hit him in the head. You can't do that. That's a huge point of emphasis in all forms of football, and rightly so, and you just can't get away with that one. There's no problem hitting the quarterback. You can do that unless he puts his hands up and gives himself up on an option type play, but you can't hit him in the head.
So the personal foul, and it's a 1st down for the Cyclones now at the 22 of Texas A&M. Durant Hollis in the backfield. They fake the handoff to him. Barnett throws towards the 5, and it's caught inside the 5-yard line by Lens. They try to strip him and push it back to the 5. A gain of 19. Josh Lens, the junior wide receiver out of Dubuque, will set up the 1st and goal.
And it's another deal where Barnett is able to create a little more time by stepping up into the pocket and then down the middle. And that's been open all day long.
Towards the end zone, and Hollis not in. Line judge comes across, and he's going to be about the length of the football short.
They're going to hurry it up, try and get him in there.
2nd and goal. Do they give it right back to him? They do. Durant Hollis, a redshirt freshman from Texas, from Fort Worth, with his 1st collegiate touchdown. They call him Duck. Durant Hollis. Said when he was growing up back in Texas in high school, I guess I kind of looked like a duck. Some of my friends started calling me that.
I was wondering where that was going to go. Yeah, Duck Hollis.
Point after for Zach Geyer. Straight through. And it's 30-14. Only appropriate when he came up just a little short to give it back to
comfortable step up in the pocket and complete balls down the middle late in downs.
Key couple of receptions on that drive for Josh Lens, who has 6 catches now today for 93 yards. Looking at the inside the 5. Nate Askew up near the 30-yard line. Broomfield on special teams with the tackle after a return of 24 yards.
Been impressed with the Iowa State coverage teams today. They've had some good plays. People flying around, making hits. We've seen Matt Morton make several, and Broomfield just made that one.
27 unanswered points by A&M, finally answered with that last touchdown run by Hollis. Still a 2-score game here in theory, a lead of 16 for A&M. Christian Michael the back. He carries with a hole, a first down run, makes a spin up to the 46-yard line before being brought down by behind by the defensive end Patrick Neal, who went all the way that way to make the tackle.
Great cut and great vision by Christian Michael. And here's a little look at what these two gentlemen have done today, and that's pretty good production right there.
Talk about even Steven there, huh?
Pretty even.
Tannehill rolling left, looking for Swope, who couldn't come up with it at the 49 of the Cyclones. It took a big hit nonetheless. Jaquez Washington.
Looked like Swope actually dropped that thing before Jaquez Washington hit him. Man, went right to his hands, and he's getting knocked around a little bit today.
Last week, a school record 4 touchdown catches, had 206 yards receiving, all in the first 3 quarters of the game against Baylor. Today, a different story, but his team still leading 30-14. Michael running right, turns it upfield, lays the shoulder down and across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Taryn Benton was the one who took the punishment more than Michael, but there is a flag down.
Look at Michael bow up at the end of this thing. This is what I was talking about right at the top of the show today, how when he knows a run's over and somebody's got him in their sights.
Offense, number 76, 15-yard penalty, second down.
Luke Joko, the left tackle, fought for the penalty.
To finish my thought, that's when Christian Michael tries to put the hurt on a defender, and he'll just put everything he has, all that focus, into delivering a blow. And there's nothing more demoralizing to a defender who, you know, you're supposed to be able to make that hit and make an impression on a running back, and when he's doing that to you, man.
Now the personal foul erases that run and puts it back at the 31-yard line. Tannehill play fake, throws looking left and knocked down. Steven Rumpelhammer, the one who got the big paws up there.
He hammered it and rumpled it. And he did a great thing there because he didn't get a lot of pressure. And so if you don't get a lot of pressure up the field, then you keep your eyes on that quarterback, try to time it up, jump up, and see if you can knock that thing down. And Rumpelhammer was able to deliver.
Well, A&M only 2 of 9 on third down, and it's a third and long one here. 3rd and 25.
Let's send that guy deep right there.
Pitch. The shovel pass. Gray will get up near the original line of scrimmage at the 45. Jaquez Washington making the tackle. It will be 4th down.
Washington's all over the field. He's a good ball player.
He's a sophomore out of the Tulsa area, Owasso, Oklahoma.
One of those guys that, you know, they say he got a nose for the football.
Epperson to punt. Lenz lets it bounce at the 4 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. Lenz makes a move at the 29-yard line. Be just shy of the first down. He picks up 9. 7th catch for Lenz, who's now over 100 yards receiving, 102 yards.
Lenz is a sneaky kind of receiver. He just finds little seams, little spots to get open. And ever since Darius Reynolds left the game with an injury, Lenz has become the favorite target in this offense.
3 receivers right for Barnett. Lost the football. White appears to jump back on it for Iowa State. Gavin Stansbury, number 72 of A&M, appeared to knock it free from Barnett. This play looked out of whack almost from the get-go.
Well, it looked to me like Barnett expected one of his receivers to hitch up for a bubble screen, but they all went down the field and blocked. And so he's stuck holding the ball, and he didn't hold it tight enough.
Go from 2nd and short to 3rd and 2 at their own 28-yard line. Quick pass, complete at the 36, a first down. Chris Young, junior out of Texas, Austin, Texas. And a Cyclone first down, keeps it going with 4 minutes left in this third quarter.
Offensive coordinator Tom Herman saw the huge cushion down there on the bottom in the one-on-one situation. He's hitched it up and got a first down.
Barnett, incomplete, right off the hands of Albert Gary.
Footsteps. Another one of those drop passes now, 4 on the day for the Cyclones. Just not good enough right now to overcome a multiple number of those kind of miscues.
Had he caught that ball and even been dropped where he caught it, that would have been a gain of 5 or 6, but 2nd down and 10. Linz, who's been his key receiver in the slot on the right side, looking left though. Barnett now running left towards the sideline. Gains a couple of yards to the 38. Sean Porter, the outside linebacker, had him spied.
Boy, he had Darius Reynolds open on the one-on-one on the bottom away from the trips. And I guess he just didn't see it because Reynolds had several steps on his defender.
Reynolds, who has more catches than any other Cyclone receiver this year, does not have a catch in this game. And it's 3rd down and 8.
And he went out injured earlier, and now he's finally back in the ballgame.
He's down at the bottom of your screen, wide left. Barnett in his direction again, makes the cut, but the pass too high and incomplete. Dustin Harris, the cornerback, jammed him up early.
Yeah, nice jam. Got his hand up to the face mask a little bit, and then kind of grabbed a hold of the arm. That easily could have been called defensive holding, but got away with it. Good physical play over there, and bring out the punter.
Busy day for Kirby Vanderkamp, the sophomore punter.
And they came back to that route after seeing Reynolds open on the previous play.
It bounces at the 31, and it hit an A&M player, and it's recovered by the Cyclones. Well, Desmond Gardner of the Aggies had his back turned, and that hit his leg, and a big turnover gives it back to Iowa State.
There's just no excuse for this. First of all, you see the return man, he's waving his arms. That tells everybody to get away, and then he's probably screaming whatever keyword they have. A lot of times it's poison, poison, poison. And it hits him, and Johnny on the spot. Morton having a heck of a day on special teams. Had a knockout hit, a couple of tackles. Now he recovers.
Covered by the kicking team. First down, Iowa State.
The football.
Well, Taryn Benton had him locked up, and it's almost like he was watching the football coming towards the defender, like this is going to hit him.
Into it, didn't he?
So the Cyclones first down at the 26-yard line of A&M. Woody is in the backfield. Here comes the rush. Barnett steps up. Down at the 25 and picks up 1. Gavin Stansbury, the tackle.
There was no where to dump the football off on that last play. The Cyclones sent 3 receivers deep into the end zone, and there was no check down for Barnett to get rid of the football to.
Linz is in the slot on the left side. White now the back. Barnett going for Reynolds. Incomplete at the 5. Still no catches today for Darius Reynolds. Lionel Smith had him covered.
Reynolds didn't get his head around in time. I mean, he's got to get his eyes back. As soon as okay, you beat the man inside, look for the football. And by the time he looked, it was too late. I believe had he gotten his head around a little quicker, he could have tracked that ball and made a play on it.
3rd down and 9. The Cyclones 6 of 15 on 3rd down today. Need to get to the 16 for a first down.
I think they're in 4-down territory right here. Don't need it all in this one.
Barnett going towards the end zone and out of reach of a diving Darius Reynolds.
Reynolds, see him coming off the line slow. You got to explode off the line. He did still get past Lionel Smith, but the ball overthrown just a little bit, and the timing goes out the window when he doesn't get that good get off.
Now the Cyclones, hoping to get points, are going to attempt the field goal from 43 yards for Zach Geyer.
It'll still be a 2-possession game, but build your momentum, get your points when you can get them.
Hooking left, but stayed inside the left upright. And Iowa State turned.
An appointment.
Taking it to 9. Askew tripped up at the 20. Gary on special teams with the hit. Some of the Heisman hopefuls, you know, Trent Richardson's numbers through this point of the season are better than Mark Ingram's through his Heisman Trophy year.
Yeah, I don't know that Ingram had this kind of competition that year, though, because there's some quarterbacks that are pretty good there on that list underneath Richardson. Andrew Jones, Andrew Luck. This one's going to come down at the very end, I believe, as far as who's going to win that Heisman this year.
First down, A&M from their own 20. Gray is the back. Tannehill under center. On the ground, Gray spinning, comes back right, picks up a block from Swope, turns the corner, and steps out around the 31-yard line. Would look like a broken play in the backfield, and a tackle for loss turns into a gain of 12.
There's the spinster. Been waiting for him. That's the first spin move he's busted. We've seen a couple of spin moves from his partner in crime, Christine Michael, but that's the first time today Cyrus Gray has busted it out.
Take the handoff to Gray, and with a defender right in his face, Tannehill just throws it out of bounds. That was Patrick Neal right in the grill of Ryan Tannehill.
And Jake Knott, once again, was not fooled on this play. So Neal has the pressure, Knott has the coverage on the flat receiver, and Tannehill has no choice but to throw that thing up out of bounds. And you think Coach Rhodes is intense?
Is he wanting the intentional grounding here? Was there a receiver in the vicinity?
I think he was out of the pocket.
Now for intentional grounding, there was a receiver in the area.
So there's the explanation from referee Dan Romeo.
Yeah, had the receiver down there, and I believe he was also out of the pocket. Take a look. Yeah, he's out of the pocket, and there's a receiver right down in here where the ball went in that general vicinity.
On second down, cut back Gray. He finds another seam and fights his way. He's still on his feet. He put the hand down.
Art. He's so patient. That's the thing that sets him apart. Because there was nothing there, and he just put the brakes on and let things kind of happen. And then it opened up, and he accelerates once again.
E.J. Klein put a hand on him, and
I don't think he was down until the very, very end when he went down for the second time.
But they spot it just outside the 40. It's a 3rd and 2. Swope motions into the backfield. First down, Cyrus Gray. No shocker that they gave it to number 32 there.
Had a nice block from Brian Thomas to spring him on that last one. Let's see how our running backs are doing for Texas A&M. And you see Cyrus Gray closing in on 100.
Michael takes over in the backfield now, and he gets this carry to midfield, spun down at the 48-yard line of the Cyclones by strong side linebacker A.J. Klein.
So that's 3 spins for Michael and 1 for Gray
on this drive. At least a couple on this drive.
Yeah, that's what Wally Burnham, when we were talking to him about both those backs, he shook his head and says, boy, they spin around, they accelerate, they are pretty good, both of them.
Out of 2 tight ends, Askew came in motion. Tannehill, did he lose it? Stripped by Patrick Neal, who has the football.
Boy, Iowa State thinks they do, but they don't.
A&M maintains possession. Looked like the right guard, Brian Thomas, is the one who recovered it. Jordan Thomas, a junior out of Maryland, Texas.
That should be the final play of the quarter, but you're right, that ball came out, and that was very fortunate.
McDonough's the one who knocked it out for Iowa State.
Very fortunate for the Aggies to fall on that thing.
Well, the better quarter for the Cyclones, though each team picks up a 10 spot in the third. We're headed to the fourth quarter. Aggies 30, Cyclones 17 on a homecoming Saturday in Ames, Iowa.
A great zombie movie.
Fuller
throws to the near. A&M scored 27 unanswered, and right just when he thought the Aggies were going to run away and hide, Iowa State